What's going on, everybody? It's your boy Itz-Beez-Da TrackStar, and welcome back to another dancehall video tour. Now, whenever I mix a song for you to grew up with, same block everything, Quaa, General, produced by another youth I grew up with, Baritone Links, and I mean Roach Uptown, song named Dem Vex. I'm not sure of the name of the Riddim, but I did just try live stream it, but that never work out, so I just figure me record it regular. They're gonna mix it down proper and get it out. So very simple track. Not a lot of audio tracks, not a lot of instrumental tracks. It's just a WAV file MP3. So I'll go through and do what we are do. Like somebody that try live stream it, but never work out. So a lot of the stuff I'm already do. Can kind of already see me delete all of the aux track them and all of that, so everything dry. But yeah, we're gonna get into it still and sort it out. It's not that difficult to track. Like I said, now have a lot of parts. Shouldn't take more than an hour and a half or so to deal with. So let's get to it right now. I'm just there kind of rename all of the tracks. So we have this, we will call this main. So that for the main vocals, we'll put double. Okay, basically that kind of follow everything while go on. This is the intro. This is the harmonies, me already name that, me already name the master. This we'll call ends, we'll put an E in our bracket. Then we'll put ends right there, so. Or we can just put left. And then move on to the next one. Because once it have the E in the bracket, me know exactly what it is. I can just put right here. Next track is empty, and the track after that is also empty. So them tracks we can just delete. So this is the whole session right here. The fuck? Yeah, so this is the whole entire session right here. Next one I want to do is, as you can see, there's a lot of tracks in here that have cuts but no fades, you know what I mean? So we can either go through and do it one by one and all of that, but easiest way is literally if we just click a selection like this, if we zoom in and press F, you have to make sure you have one target, turn that on, AZ thing here. Without press F now, it asks with that just press adjust bounds, and every track now have a fade, a cross fade, no matter how small. Every single track have one. Could also press Control and F to change this. So we'll right click or we'll left click and press Alt, get that back to normal. We'll put this to about 20 milliseconds, so it a bit bigger. It's supposed to adjust bounds again. Alright, so now we have a bigger crossfade in them sections. Cool. So now we have fades on everything. We can now move into, mixing. So intro always go first, mains, then doubles, then harmonies, and then the ends. Cool. So first thing we'll do, get with tempo, which it seems to have the tempo set to 95, but that look wrong if you play. The kick drum should always play upon the 8th or upon the 9th bar. So this means that the tempo is wrong. So I got double click on this red thing without put 90. Alright, so that's not the tempo either. So we'll go about 85, and if that's too low, then we go back up. But it seemed to be correct tempo. Cool. So now, if we press enter, go back to the top, press the numeric keypad, enter, can put in a marker, we'll call that start. So that's how the track start. Second marker, we're going to put, I believe these are the hooks, so we're going to put H1. Then here should be,
all you can do to stop a nigga from rise.
Hold on.
That fly. That's why them vex. That make them vex. General never afraid if you make a nigga bad fly. The links them bigger, that's why them vex. That make them vex. Ain't nothing at all.
Alright, so that's the verse here. So V1 look like a 4x4, so I'll go H2 and so on and so on. I get basically what I do. So this is V2. Just I put in some marker so we can jump around quick. H3. If we listen to this next verse. Alright, cool. So we'll put V3. If it was a repeat of verse 1, would I just put V1 repeat? Yep. Hook 4. And then here we have the outro. And then number 10 is the end. Cool. Can chop off all of this. Put a fade on it. Can get rid of all of that. Put a fade on that as well. Cool. So the ending of the track, good. So now you can get into mixing. Before that still. There's a lot of shit going to prepping. So vocal tracks always green. Master track always that color of blue. So Riddim already good. Another thing what we can do, we can go view clips, or actually clips now, setup preferences. I can change this track color, press OK. Boom. Alright. Why this not change? I have no idea. Maybe it have something to do with something else. Doubt it still, but it's fine by me. I'm not going to stress over it. As long as it works, I'm cool. I don't have a problem with it. So that's the intro, like I said. So let's get into mixing. Of course, we don't need more inserts. So let's bring in back the inserts. As far as the comment section in a this mix, I'm not going to need it. So let's get rid of the comments there. First track on the instrumental, we'll put auto key so we can find the pitch. Alright, so this is a C sharp minor. Quickest way to make sure so that's exactly what's going on. We'll put auto tune. We'll use auto tune pro. Actually, I'll use waves tune. There's nothing wrong with it. We'll go load. We'll go quantize correction, C major, preset and scale. Let's bring this back up. So this is the key. Is C sharp minor, right? Cool. Close. So we don't want it too fast. So I'll go 10. All right, so that sounds about right. So we can move on from pitch correction. Let's loop out now. And this is where it's kind of tricky because this is what I'm saying is harmonies are labeled as harmony.
That fly. That's why them vex.
But it seems to be missing something. I'm not sure why. Definitely seems to be missing something.
That fly. That fly. That fly. that fly. That's why them vex. That make them be my street and me clean. What mean?
So what I do end up do, or what I half go do, is I'm going to have to copy the hook from here. I'll just copy the first two bar or first two because we can easily paste and stretch out what we need for stretch out. Alright. So yeah, put a crossfade upon that. Stretch this back out this way as well. Cool. So that fit up perfect. So we have the first hook here. So this is the mains. So we are going to work on the mains and then copy the settings from the mains over to the intro, you know what I mean, and so on and so on. So let's save this. And what I'm going to do is I'm going to restart the computer for the reason it disconnect from the internet. So I'm going to restart the computer, pause the video, and we'll end the video and then restart the computer and continue after the fact. So see you in a split sec. Alright, yeah, let's get to mixing.
That fly, G drop it in my, that's why them vex. That make them.
Yeah, let's make it shorter because we have a lot of tracks, so let's kind of center it up with the screen. Solo out the main vocal, okay? Do some corrective stuff first.
Street and me clean one me in a that fly. Me G.
Alright, so the first thing is we can hear the room in them vocals. Let's put NS1 first.
Street and me clean one me in a that fly. Me G drop it be my, that's why them vex. That make them vex.
Alright, so that clean up a little bit of that. We don't want to go too much because then it does start make the vocal sound weird. Next, all of this bass stuff in our vocals we don't really need. So let's do about that. Let's
Street and me clean one me in a that fly. Me G drop it be my, that's why them vex.
So about 108.
Them vex. General never afraid if you make a nigga bad fly. Me links them bigger, that's why them vex. That make them.
Here a little bit of nastiness right also too. Get rid of that.
Street and me clean one me in a that fly.
Definitely can get rid of a little bit of that.
Street and me clean one me in a that fly.
Alright. Yeah, so I could probably do the most drastic one.
Street and me clean one me in a that fly. Me G drop it be my, that's why them vex. That make them vex. General never afraid if make a nigga bad fly. Me links them bigger, that's why them vex. That make them vex. Ain't nothing at all. Street and me clean one me in a that fly. Me G drop it be my, that's why them vex.
Alright, cool.
Street and me clean one me in a that fly. Me G drop it be my, that's why them vex. That make them vex. General never afraid if make a nigga bad fly. Me links them bigger, that's why them vex.
Got one here.
That make them vex. Ain't nothing at all. Street and me clean one me in a that fly. Me G drop it be my, that's why them vex. That make them vex. General never afraid if make a nigga
have
bad
one
fly.
here.
Me links them bigger, that's why them vex. That make them vex.
Now I'm gonna really do the dynamic stuff on the higher frequency them. Alright. Back into the track. I don't really need too much on the background so we can kill all of them.
that make them vex.
Without put some sort of measuring from waves. And we will just beat the door so we can measure our levels. You can put it over here so like we now use the space here. So right now you see we're about -13. But of course that's going to go up once we start, add more stuff to the vocals. So next we're going to add a compressor. And we're going to use the waves LA3. I'm a really, really big fan of this compressor. Me clean one me in that fly. Me G drop it in my that's why them vex. That make them vex. General never afraid if I'm if you make a nigga bad fly. Me links them bigger that's why them vex. That make them vex. Ain't nothing to touch it and me clean one me in that fly. Me G drop it in my that's why them vex. That make them vex. General never afraid if I'm if you make a nigga bad fly. As I can see, it's not a lot coming in, which is why thing is, me no want to drive it too hard. I want it kiss the vocals a little bit, get a little bit of compression. I don't want it go too crazy upon it. General never afraid if I'm if you make a nigga bad fly. Me links them bigger, that's why them vex. That make them vex. Ain't nothing to touch it and me clean one me in that fly. Me G drop it in my that's why them vex. That make them vex. General never afraid if I'm if you make a nigga bad fly. And that sounds good right there. Bigger, that's why them vex. That make them vex. Ain't nothing to touch it and me clean one me in that fly. Yeah, that sounds good. G drop it in my that's why them vex. That make them vex. General never afraid if I'm if you make a nigga bad fly. Me links them bigger, that's why them vex. That make them vex. Ain't nothing to touch it and me clean one me in that fly. Me G drop it in my that's why them vex. So I'll add like a bit of ear to the vocals with this. Now I'm gonna go too crazy with it still. If I'm if you make a nigga bad fly. Me links them bigger, that's why them vex. That make them vex. Ain't nothing to touch it and me clean one me in that fly. Me G drop it in my that's why them vex. That make them vex. Get the heard about some more of the low end. Me links them bigger, that's why them vex. That make them vex. Ain't nothing to touch it and me clean one me in that fly. Me G drop it in my that's why them vex. That make them vex. General never afraid if I'm if you make a nigga bad fly. Me links them bigger, that's why them vex. That make them vex. Ain't nothing to touch it and me clean one me in that fly. And I can hear the vocals, the clarity slowly just get added into the vocals. General never afraid if I'm if you make a nigga bad fly. And that's basically what I'm going for. I use something from Wales I'm gonna really use a lot. That's this M1. That make them vex. General never afraid if I'm if you make a nigga bad fly. Me links them bigger, that's why them vex. That make them vex. Ain't nothing to touch it and me clean one me in that fly. Me G drop it in my that's why them vex. That make them vex. General never afraid if I'm if you make a nigga bad fly. Me links them bigger, that's why them vex. That make them vex.
Ain't nothing to top sheet and me clean when me in a that fly. Me G drop it be my that's why them vex. That make them vex. General never afraid if I me fi make a nigga bad fly. Me links them bigger that's why them vex. That make them vex. Ain't nothing to top sheet and me clean when me in a that fly.
Yeah, and as far as the MV2 goes, it's 3 knobs, low level, high level, and output. I would be lying if me say, you know what I do. I just know says a compressor. It's kind of similar to the OTT from Xfer, but it just works, bro. I don't know what I do, but I've seen a lot of people that I watch use it and try it out the other day, and it just works. Typically what me do is I set the low level to a number in a this situation at 8, then I follow up the high level, set it to the same number, and then I match the output typically to the same exact number. In a this situation where I use 7, and it just make the vocal sound much more front up, more forward. Like if I play it without it. Vocals are like a lifeless. With it,
General never afraid if I make a nigga bad fly. Me links them bigger than
you know, it just come forward. So, like I say, I know exact on what it do, but whatever it do, it do it good. So, I know no complaints. Yeah, out of that now. And as you can see, me I left some empty slots that are just in case me ever need to come back and do something. That's why. Yeah, so as far as the DSR, same frequency 4237.
That make them vex. General never afraid if I make a nigga bad fly. Me links them bigger, that's why them vex. That make them vex. Ain't nothing to top sheet and me clean when me in a that fly. Me G drop it be my that's why them vex. That make them vex.
For right now, this will pass. But I feel I'm probably could get a better result with the, what you call it, DSR, the RDSR, Renaissance DSR. Speaking of which, I'm going to use the R compressor as the last thing in this chain to kind of tighten up the vocals a little bit.
Me clean when me in a that fly. Me G drop it be my that's why them vex. That make them vex. General never afraid if I make a nigga bad fly. Me links them bigger, that's why them vex. That make them vex. Ain't nothing to top sheet and me clean when me in a that fly. Me G drop it be my that's why them vex. That make them vex. General never afraid if I make a nigga bad fly. Me links them bigger, that's why them vex.
Cool. We're at the point where now we are going to break out from this track into a new track. We'll call that Vocal Master. First thing on this track, as always, the NLS channel.
Sheet and me clean when me in a that fly. Me G drop it be my that's why them vex. That make them vex. General never afraid if I make a nigga bad fly. Me links them bigger, that's why them vex. That make them vex. Ain't nothing to top sheet and me clean when me in a that fly. Me G drop it be my that's why them vex. That make them vex.
Feel like me I bring up too much of the low end. So we're gonna get rid of some of that. And because more had some compression, we're gonna just use a channel strip. So we're gonna use the SSL-J 9000J from Plugin Alliance. We're gonna filter out all the way up to about 100. Double click to turn it on.
Me clean one me in a that fly. Me G drop it be my that's why them vex. That make them vex. General never afraid if I me fi make a nigga bad fly. Me links them bigger that's why them vex. That make them vex. Ain't nothing to touch it and me clean one me in a that fly. Me G drop it be my that's why them vex.
Alright, cool. I liking that. So now, let's get some compression going on. Ratio I got set to 3:1. Release. But you can always adjust the release, not a trip. Increase the threshold. These compressors have automatic makeup gain, so kind of have to be careful with them.
Me clean one me in a that fly. Me G drop it be my that's why them vex. That make them vex. General.
Now we also have the EQ, which is where we're going to add a little bit of top end, take out a little bit of the low end again, like I said.
Me clean one me in a that fly. Me G drop it be my that's why them vex. That make them vex. General never afraid if I me fi make a nigga bad fly. Me links them bigger, that's why them vex. That make them vex. Ain't nothing to touch it and me clean one me in a that fly. Me G drop it be my that's why them vex. That make them vex.
And then the good thing about this is if I press this ×3 button, it turns 7K into 21K. But the thing is, I don't need it to do that because I already have a knob will go all the way up to 22K. So I don't need to engage that. Or can turn this 2.5K divided by 3 if you turn on this button, and that would give you what? Probably like 700, 800 or so.
Me clean one me in a that fly. Me G drop it be my that's why them vex. That make them vex. General never afraid if I me fi make a nigga bad fly. Me links them bigger, that's why them vex. That make them vex. Ain't nothing to touch it and me clean one me in a that fly. Me G drop.
And then with these buttons down here, I could put the compressor before the preamp section, which is over here. Or I could put preamp before the compressor, EQ before. We can take the filters, split them out. There's a lot of possibilities, a lot of possibilities of stuff that I could do, but not really going to do it. Cool. Bro, okay. Damn, we can't change the thing, watch out. Oh, come on, man.
Cheat and me clean one me in a that fly. Me G drop it be my that's why them vex. That make them vex. General never afraid if I me fi make a nigga bad fly. Me links them bigger, that's why them vex. That make them vex. Ain't nothing to touch it and me clean one me in a that fly. Me G drop it be my that's why them vex.
Kind of compensate on the output. I don't want it too loud.
Cheat and me clean one me in a that fly. Me G drop it be my that's why them vex.
And we're going to Fab Filter. Clean up a little bit.
If I me fi make a nigga bad fly. Me links them bigger, that's why them vex.
This look much better than when we first started out. You have a lot of shit down here. Can still kinda, you know.
Me G drop it be my that's why them vex. That make them vex. General never afraid if I'm if you make a nigga bad fly. Me links them bigger, that's why them vex. That make them vex. Ain't nothing to touch it and me clean one me in a that fly. Me G drop it be my that's why them vex. That make them vex.
Alright, definitely see we have a S problem right there. So when them say vex, you need to get that under control. So as you can also see, we have some artifacts here, which more than likely is getting brought up by the channel strip and the fact that I use the harmonic distortion. And there you go. It's gone. So if we go here to the distortion, the harmonics, it's at +6. So if we put it back to whatever it was, which is 0. It's not, so it's more than likely then that the compressor is the one that's doing it. So, we got 2.2. Yep, it's the compressor that's doing it, but that's fine.
Cheat and me clean one me in a that fly. Me G drop it be my that's why them vex. That make them vex. General never afraid if I'm if you make a nigga bad fly. Me links them bigger, that's why them vex. That make them vex. Ain't nothing to touch. Cheat and me clean one me in a that fly. Me G drop it be my that's why them vex. That make them vex.
So like I said, we need to clean up the vex.
Me links them bigger, that's why them vex. That make them vex. Ain't nothing.
So we're gonna use the RDS.
Me G drop it be my that's why them vex.
Cool.
Street and me clean one me in a that fly. Me G drop it be my that's why them vex. That make them vex. General never afraid if I'm if you make a nigga bad fly. Me links them bigger, that's why them vex. That make them vex. Ain't nothing to touch. Street and me clean one me in a that fly. Me G drop it be my that's why them vex. That make them vex. General never afraid if I'm if you make a nigga bad fly. Me links them bigger, that's why them vex. That make them vex. Ain't nothing to touch. Cheat and me clean one me in a that fly. Me G drop it be my that's why them vex. That make them vex. General never afraid if I'm if you make a nigga bad fly. Me links them bigger, that's why them vex. That make them vex. Ain't nothing.
Alright, cool.
Street and me clean one.
I'll do that. Do a little bit more compression. So I'm gonna use something not from waves. Let's go overload. I'll use the 76 or the LA to let's use the LA.
Street and me clean one me in a that fly. Me G drop it be my that's why them vex. That make them vex. General never afraid if I'm if you make a nigga bad fly. Me links them bigger, that's why them vex. That make them vex. Ain't nothing to touch. Street and me clean one me in a that fly. Me G drop it be my that's why them vex. That make them vex. General never afraid if I'm if you make a nigga bad fly. Me links them bigger, that's why them vex. That make them vex. Ain't nothing to touch. Cheat and me clean what me in a that fly. Me G drop it be my, that's why them vex. That make them vex. General never afraid if I'm if you make a nigga bad fly. Me links them bigger, that's why them vex. That make them vex.
I want it to be a little bit clean. You know what I mean? When I really want it to noticeable. That's how I'm not dialing.
Cheat and me clean what me in a that fly. Me G drop it be my, that's why them vex. That make them vex. General never.
And basically me clicking mid-side, you know, just a compressor be a little bit more different. So you know, you saw the mids.
Cheat and me clean what me in a that fly. Me G drop it be my, that's why them vex.
And then that's the side.
Them vex. General never afraid if
as I can hear, barely anything, mostly nice. So we can go right back into regular mode. Let's go from compress to limit and see what that sound like.
Cheat and me clean what me in a that fly. Me G drop it be my, that's why them vex.
Not very good.
That make them vex.
We also can adjust the amount of level coming into the compressor before we get to the gain stage of the compressor here.
Cheat and me clean what me in a that fly. Me G drop it be my, that's why them vex. That make them vex. General never afraid if I'm if you make a nigga bad fly. Me links them bigger, that's why them vex. That make them vex. Ain't nothing to touch. Cheat and me clean what me in a that fly. Me G drop it be my, that's why them vex. That make them vex.
Cool.
General never afraid if I'm if you make a nigga bad fly. Me links them bigger.
Let's take out the rhythm real quick.
Cheat and me clean what me in a that fly. Me G drop it be my, that's why them vex. That make them vex. General never afraid if I'm if you make a nigga bad fly. Me links them bigger, that's why them vex. That make them vex. Ain't nothing to touch. Cheat and me clean what me in a that fly. Me G drop it be my, that's why them vex. That make them vex. General never afraid if I'm if you make a nigga bad fly. Me links them bigger, that's why them vex. That make them vex. Ain't nothing to touch. Cheat and me clean what me in a that fly.
Very last thing here.
That's why them vex. That make them vex.
We'll use the air compressor again.
If I'm if you make a nigga bad fly. Me links them bigger, that's why them vex. That make them vex. Ain't nothing to touch. Cheat and me clean what me in a that fly. Me G drop it be my, that's why them vex. That make them vex. General never afraid if I'm if you make a nigga bad fly. Me links them bigger, that's why them vex. That make them vex. Ain't nothing to touch. Cheat and me clean what me in a that fly. Me G drop it be my, that's why them vex. That make them vex. General never afraid.
So basically what I do is I make sure that all of the initial transients come through, but we're teaming on the vocals on the other side. So that's cool for the main track. All I don't know is what kind of start break out into some bus. So the first one, we need a nice big, me like plates, but you never know still. I use the reverb. Been liking that sound now a little bit lately. So that's gonna be my first bus track. We're gonna send levels maximum. So let's see if we ever use the reverb plugin. We're going to pick some pretty big vocals. Let's go vocals. Let's go large vocals. Fuck it. No dry signal, only wet. Everything else should be already set. Tempo for this track is what, like 85, but we're not really messing around with times in the session. So no.
Streets and me clean when me in a that fly. That make them vex. General never afraid if I me fi make a nigga bad fly. Me links them bigger, that's why them vex. That make them vex. Ain't nothing to touch. Streets and me clean when me in a that fly. Me G drop it be my, that's why them vex. That make them vex. General never afraid if I me fi make a nigga bad fly. Me links them bigger, that's why them vex.
So you gotta hear very bright. You don't want bright to want.
Street and me clean when me in a that fly. Me G drop it be my, that's why them vex.
Yeah, we don't want
and me
bright.
clean when me in a that fly. Me G drop it be my, that's why them vex. That make them vex. General never afraid if I me fi make a nigga bad fly. Me links them bigger, that's why them vex. That make them vex. Ain't nothing to touch. Street and me clean when me in a that fly. Me G drop it be my, that's why them vex. That make them vex. General never afraid if I me fi make a nigga bad fly. Me links them bigger, that's why them vex. That make them vex. Ain't nothing to touch. Street and me clean when me in a that fly. Me G drop it be my, that's why them vex. That make them vex.
Just trying to EQ after this. Get this cleaned up in a way. Preset Abbey Road. We'll kind of modify this.
Street and me clean when me in a that fly. Me G drop it be my, that's why them vex. That make them vex. General never afraid if I me fi make a nigga bad fly. Me links them bigger, that's why.
Yeah. For whatever reason, not feeling this reverb for this track. So let's let's change the reverb. Go to the FabFilter Pro R.
Street and me clean when me in a that fly. Me G drop it be my that. Street and me clean when me in a that fly. Me G drop it be my, that's why them vex. That make them vex. General never afraid if I me fi make a nigga bad fly. Me links them bigger, that's why them vex. That make them vex. Ain't nothing to touch. Street and me clean when me in a that fly. Me G drop it be my, that's why them vex. That make them vex. General never afraid if I me fi make a nigga bad fly. Me links them bigger, that's why them vex. That make them vex. Ain't nothing to touch. Street and me clean when me in a that fly. Me G drop it be my, that's why them vex. That make them vex. General never afraid if I me fi make a nigga bad fly. Me links them bigger, that's why them vex. That make them vex. Ain't nothing to touch. Street and me clean when me in a that fly. Me G drop it be my, that's why them vex. That make them vex. General never afraid if I me fi make a nigga bad fly. Me links them bigger, that's why them vex.
Oh, we're not gonna use the Valhalla plate plugin. We're gonna use the plate preset from the Valhalla Vintage. No, we are worried about reverb and delay time, so we're gonna divide 60,000 by, what is the tempo for this? 85. So we have 7.05 divided by 2. We should have 3.025 or something like that. Oh, 3.52. Have it backwards. Cool. I go with that 80s kind of sound. Pretty cool. Mix is cool. So now it's just for blend. We'll copy over this EQ here. What we'll do is we'll add one extra button. Kind of control the mids. Then from the highs, we'll go.
Streets and me clean one me in a that fly. Me G drop it be my that's why them vex. That make them vex. General never free.
You know, we're gonna slowly blend this. What I'm also do is we'll add.
Streets and me clean one me in a that fly. Me G drop it be my that's why them vex. That make them vex. General never afraid if I make a nigga bad fly. Me links them bigger, that's why them vex. That make them vex. Ain't nothing at all. Street and me clean one me in a that fly. Me G drop it be my that's why them vex. That make them vex. General never free.
Tremolator without add.
Street and me clean one me in a that fly. Me G drop it be my that's why them vex. That make them vex. General never afraid if I make a nigga bad fly. Me links them bigger, that's why them vex. That make them vex. Ain't nothing at all. Street and me clean one me in a that fly. Me G drop it be my that's why them vex. That make them vex. General never afraid if I make a nigga bad fly. Me links them bigger, that's why them vex. That make them vex. Ain't nothing at all. Street and me clean one me in a that fly. Me G drop it be my that's why them vex. That make them vex. General never afraid if I make a nigga bad fly. Me links them bigger, that's why them vex. That make them vex.
You know, like a bit of wobble on the tail. I'll just have to blend it in with the track.
Street and me clean one me in a that fly. Me G drop it be my that's why them vex. That make them vex. General never afraid if I make a nigga bad fly. Me links them bigger, that's why them vex. That make them vex. Ain't nothing at all. Street and me clean one me in a that fly. Me G drop it be my that's why them vex. That make them vex. General never afraid if I make a nigga bad fly. Me links them bigger, that's why them vex. That make them vex. Ain't nothing at all. Street and me clean one me in a that fly. Me G drop it be my that's why them vex. That make them vex. General never afraid if I make a nigga bad fly. Me links them bigger, that's why them vex.
Alright. Sounding good. Coming along. So, quickest way to add a delay is that we are going to duplicate the main track. So first, let's look. We're going to add a delay to fill space. As I can see, if never really do no ad-libs or nothing like that to fill out the little gaps. So we're going to do that with a delay. So without duplicating the main vocals, everything except the playlist or any type of clips, no automation. We just need the inserts, the sends, and the groups. So cool. We have this right here. We'll call this space filler. Like that. So now we go add to this track now. First we need to turn on some of these Instruments. So yeah, first we will add is we're going to add edge delay here. Mono, of course. No analog. Look a bit of a high pass, probably about 200. Quarter note should be fine. Lo-fi as well. If you go here, change the output. Both this and this, we'll change the output to we'll just create a feedback loop. So let's change the output to a new track. What do I call a new track there? Vocals. We can call it all vocals. That should stop the feedback loop. Cool. This will go next to the master track. Now we should have one kind of other a delete or something. Now just highlight it, copy it down. Right there. So like this dot fly here. Copy. Come down to this track. PS. You know what I mean? You need to turn on this to about 40. Now, same thing with the Vex. Copy. Come down, PS. Me clean one me in a that fly. Me G drop it be my that's why them vex. That make them vex. You understand what I'm saying? So need to add some fades. This I wanna do. Me clean one me in a that fly. Me G drop it be my that's why them vex. That make them vex. Of course we can, turn it down. You don't need to as up there as the other tracks them. About -12 will probably do. Copy over the reverb one. Play it. Me clean one me in a that fly. Me G drop it be my that's why them vex. That make them vex. Go up on the high pass. If you make a nigga bad fly. Me links them bigger, that's why them vex. That make them cheat and me clean one me in a that fly. Me G drop it be my that's why them vex. Cheat and me clean one me in a that fly. Me G drop it be my that's why them vex. That make them vex. General never afraid if I make a nigga bad fly. Me links them bigger, that's so we're gonna just go through adding some of them delay there. Cheat and me clean one me in a that fly. Me G drop it be my that's why them vex. That make them vex. General never afraid if I make a nigga bad fly. Me links them bigger, that's why them vex. That make them vex. Ain't nothing at all. Cheat and me clean one me in a that fly. Me G drop it be my that's why them vex. That make them vex. General never afraid if I make a nigga bad fly. Me links them bigger, that's why them vex. That make them vex. Ain't nothing at all. Cheat and me clean one me in a that fly. Me G drop it be my that's why them vex. And then the good thing about this is because it's the hook. We can copy it over to all the other sections then. That's just nice because we have fill out all of the empty space. Cheat and me clean one me in a that fly. Me G drop it be my that's why them vex.
that make them vex.
And then I think what we can do using automation, which is something we'll probably do later on, is we can now make it sound like at the same delay every time. So what we can do is use automation. Let's say we don't want lo-fi on for the first one. Can use automation, turn it off.
Me G drop it be my that's why them vex. That make them vex.
And I mean,
General never afraid if I make a nigga bad fly. Me links them bigger that's.
You know, we can change it up with automation, so that's something we'll get into later.
Me G drop it be my that's why them vex. That make them vex. General never afraid if I make a nigga bad fly. Me links them bigger, that's why them vex. That make them vex. Ain't nothing to talk. Street and me clean when me in a that fly. Me G drop it be my that's why them vex. That make them vex.
Yeah, so definitely sounding good. Definitely I like where to head. Let's continue on and start with some of the let's take off another DV off of this first. There's some of the doubles and stuff like that. So basically, this harmony track I think are the one I really should have probably played around with first. The doubles, as you may call them, as I can see them really come in towards the end. Right, so the harmony track have a lot more info.
Street and me clean when me in a that fly. Me G drop it be my that's why them vex. That make them vex. General never afraid if I make a nigga bad fly. Me links them bigger, that's
so,
why
yeah.
them vex.
Let's work on that first. Let's put through the vocal master.
Ain't nothing that streets and me clean when me in a that fly. Me G drop it be my that's why them vex. That make them vex. General never afraid if I make a nigga bad fly. Me links them bigger, that's why them vex. That make them vex. Ain't nothing to talk. Streets and me clean when me in a that fly. Me G drop it be my that's why them vex. That make them vex.
But we're gonna do something creative with the harmonies, right? So come on at them for wide. Instead of sending them out from an auxiliary here, we're gonna send them out of itself. So we're gonna just create a new track. We're gonna call this doubler. Right? And I was just reading a magazine about an Eventide plugin that has a very good widening solution in here. So we are going to load that plugin, and I believe it's called Eternity from not Eventide but Arturia, which is something I used before but I never actually use it like from a preset. So let's see if we can find the preset. I'm not sure what the name of it is. Voice doubler. Hopefully this is the one. Matter of fact, let me just pause this because I have the magazine, so let me find this real quick. Alright, so yeah, the preset is called Voice Doubler. So let's move this to the side. Let's slowly, bring up the send. This is the send level. Actually, let's send the level maximum and then use the volume level to see how effective this is, or if it can give me what I look for.
Streets and me clean when me in a that fly. Me G drop it be my that's why them vex. That make them vex. General never afraid if I make a nigga bad fly. Me links them bigger.
Alright, so firstly, it's a little bit too subtle for me. It's not as noticeable as would I want it. So let's mute this. These are the harmonies. That's without. That's with. No, it's very good. But, like I said, I wanted it to be a little bit more noticeable. So let's see if we have an output volume. Oh, we should have this all the way wet, first of all. Let's increase the stereo width from 500 to 1. That's more like it. Let's drop this menu down, open up the plugin fully. Cool. Let's see if we have an output gain. I don't see one. We have cutoff, resonance, resolution. Yeah, I'm definitely not seeing any output gain, but that's fine. Let's copy over the reverbs to this track. Cool. So now, let's just blend that effect. Me clean one me in a that fly. Me G drop it be my that's why them vex. That make them vex. General never afraid if he make a nigga bad fly. Me links them bigger that's why them vex. That make them vex. Ain't nothing to touch. Streets and me clean one me in a that fly. Me G drop it be my that's why them vex. That make them vex. General never afraid if he make a nigga bad fly. Alright, yeah. Definitely, come on. That's 2 o'clock on my time. I'm gonna stop this, yeah. So if you want it, I go be like that, but I'm gonna stop this, get some rest and me finish up that video tomorrow. So yeah, man. 151, we'll bring it up. See there? 151 right now. I go sleep. So yeah, like I say, it I go instant for you, it's just a quick cut. But for me, it's going to be a couple of hours before I get back to this. So I'm going to get some sleep before I start mix fuckery. And I'm not sure I'm tired, it will start sound good. So just to want to get in the little vocal double thing. Actually, we'll just turn it down. We work on it when we open up at the session. So yeah, see you in a bit. Yes, sir. So we're back at it. A little bit later than me expect right now, about 4:30. I think when we done last night at 1:30. But from 11:30, there's a lot of 30s. From 11:30 this morning, I try to figure out why the fuck my waist plugins them never want to work. I not change nothing, I just literally turn off the computer and get up back on them and fuck themselves. So it's all good still. I'm going to continue to watch this song, so let's continue on. They work on the harmony, right? So let's mute the main vocal. So what am I gonna do? Yeah, what we're gonna do is we'll move up a lot of this stuff. We'll add a little bit of distortion to this background. Some character. And we'll use the HG tool from Plugin Alliance. It's kind of subtle, but after all, it's just a a background thing. So we are gonna do this. I'm not gonna worry about saturation right now. Just take out the alt tubes. We'll do pen tool and triode. And when you think of these as gain stages, right? So the first gain stage, after the power button right here, is the saturation. second gain stage is the pentode. Then you have the triode. Then you also have the ear before you go to the output stage of the gain. So we have 1, 2, 3, 4. Can even say 5 different gain stages in this plugin, which is how it is in real life. This is basically the exact way this unit look in a real life. No difference. Listen to the clarity in at the top end. And then we also have an input where we can increase the volume coming in, but we don't need to do that. You know what I mean? I kind of have it set on I like it. I like exactly where everything there. We don't really do too much, but they just want to add a little bit more ear, a little bit more to the sound, a little bit of distortion. Really saturation, but you understand what I said, just for kind of get it to stick up a little bit more. Because the main thing about it is we don't use the doubler, which in this situation when I use the actual doubler, where I use a doubler setting upon a delay to kind of spread this out even more. So if we play it now underneath the track. And that's cool. I don't want it too noticeable. I just want it, did it underneath everything and slowly just, have feeling some of them like empty gaps there. Remember, we're in the early stages of mixing. We just do the main vocals. We just work, on the other tracks them. So we are going to increase the doubler we need to start color up with my auxiliary them, I like my thing organized. So let's do that. We're going to color the vocal master track too, and color is right here, which is that's the color. So let's as you know, all of my vocal tracks, all of the master auxiliary them to the left of the master. All of the reverb, delay, bus, auxiliary them to the right of the master. That's why we have the blue master channel in between. They separate. The vocals master. These are the master track for the vocals. We mute this, we mute all vocals. So that's why that they are so. Because I can mute this. And the only reason why we not hear the harmonies is because it a go through. The harmony tracks that go through this track as well. But if we never have it, they go through this, so we would hear it. Like when you hear the space filler thing right there, so. You understand? So, yeah, just for keep in mind. Now we're going to increase the double and we'll over-exaggerate it first. You understand? So another thing what we're going to do, we'll put the delay up at the top. Right here, we are going to bring in an EQ, and I'm not going to use the typical, parametric EQ. I'm going to use something more analogy. And when I'm going to use it from Waves, it's from the API collection, API 550A. No, the 550B. I think the 550A are the one that have 3 bands, and the 550B, yep, it have 4 bands. So we're going to use the 550B. Let's bring back up the mixer. And what we want to do really is add a nice little touch on the top end. So we'll do a 2 dB boost right around 15K. We're not going to do 20K. We'll do 15. We'll make sure we have analog turn on. Just for a little bit of character. And understand what I say. So flip that on, cool. We also do right in the lower end. We are going to filter out. Because we don't need too much or nothing probably below. Because Quaa voice deep. You know what I mean? So we're not really overcrowd it. So we're going to take out a little bit of the lower end with a shelf, not a bell. Right now, if we flip that switcher, dip on the shelf, we'll take out about 4 dB. And right around 10K, we'll do another nice little boost. I remember this is on the double line. This is not the actual track itself. We just don't want, like I said, we don't want to overly have too much lower end.
Me G drop it be my that's why
So now,
them vex. That make them vex. General never afraid if you make a nigga bad fly. Me links them bigger, that's why them vex. That make them vex. Ain't nothing to touch. Streets and me clean one me in a that fly. Me G drop it be my that's why them vex. That make them vex. General never afraid if you make a nigga bad fly. Me links them bigger, that's why them vex. That make them vex. Ain't nothing to touch. Streets and me clean one me in a that fly. Me G drop it be my that's why them vex. That
like in
them
that,
vex. General never afraid if you make a nigga bad fly.
bring up a meter. As I can see, levels low. You know what I mean?
That make them vex. Ain't nothing to touch. Streets and me clean one me in a that fly. Me G drop it be my that's why them vex. That make them vex. General never afraid if you make a nigga bad fly. Me links them bigger, that's why them vex. That make them vex. Ain't nothing to touch. Streets and me clean one me in a that fly.
Cool.
Me drop it be my that's why them vex.
So now we have the
That make them
harmonic
vex.
doubles, the left and right. So what we are gonna do? We are gonna group them. Control and G. We'll call them ends. We'll give them the letter E. They'll go to attributes, globals, and make sure that everything check off. We're gonna process them the same way. So let's turn that on. Boom. So now, if we raise one fader, we raise both. We don't open them separate though.
Streets and me clean one me in a that fly. Me G drop it be my that's why them vex. That make
Cool. Pon them, yeah. Auto tune, which in this case a waves tune, want as fast as possible.
streets and me clean one me in a that fly. Me G drop it be my that's why them vex. That make them vex. But fly.
Use the NS1, get rid of some noise, same way.
Vex. That make them vex.
I hear a problem, and hopefully this is not what was done. Yeah, that's exactly what was done. So instead of recording the backgrounds twice, the engineer chose to just duplicate it. That's never good. And the reason why I say that's never good is because if you listen,
That fly. That's why them vex.
it's causing phase issues, right? And I'm going to show exactly what I mean. If I take an EQ right now, let's load up about the API EQ. Let's take an EQ and flip the phase or flip the polarity.
That fly.
Let's take off the NS1, take off the waves tune.
That make them vex.
Sort of phase. It's basically, because of the same exact thing, it can cause a lot of unnecessary issues, and fortunately, there's no way around it. It's either I'm going to delete the track or I'm going to keep the track. I'll just probably delete it. Or we're not really have to even delete it. There's ways we can get around it, which probably what I'm going to end up have to do. But just not really. So them not cancel out exactly. So that means that there's some sort of difference there. Major or minor, there's some slight difference in the waveform. Because if them was even and the exact same, it would cancel out completely and we wouldn't even hear them. So that's fine. Let's continue work on them. Let's bring in back the track.
That fly. That's why them vex. That make them vex. But fly. That's why them vex. That make them vex. That fly. That's why them vex. That make them vex. But fly. That's why them vex. That make them vex.
So if you get them widen out a little bit more, can detune either one side or both of them. And this is a situation because the plugin I'm going to use is not that hungry on the CPU. We're going to detune both sides. So on the left side, we're going to detune that by 12 cents. On the right side, we're going to tune that by 12 cents. Now, if you listen now, this is why I set them out of phase, because you listen now, it coming at the center. It's not supposed to do that. It's supposed to get wider.
That's why them vex. That make them vex.
You know, kind of supposed to wide like that.
That's why them vex. That make them vex. That fly. That's why them vex. That make them vex. But fly. That's why them vex. That make them vex. That fly. That's why them vex. That make them vex. But fly. That's why them vex. That make them vex.
Yeah, don't like that. So we can get rid of this.
That fly.
Wrong thing.
That's why them vex.
So the only other thing we could do is possibly, put this in a slip mode and take one of the waveform, which they are linked because of the group. So that just
That fly. That's why them vex. That make them vex.
take one of them and slide it off.
That fly. That's why them vex. That make them vex. But fly.
And that's not really helping. So in a situation like this now, we're going to just go back to how it was. Let's play with the vocals and see something.
It's a me clean one, me in a that fly. Me G drop it be my that's why.
Oh, I see another problem. Why the fuck is the panning back in at the center? Maybe that was the problem.
It's a me clean one, me in a that fly.
Okay, there we go.
Drop it be my that's why them vex. That make them vex.
Cool.
General never afraid if I me fi make a nigga bad fly. Me links them bigger, that's why them vex. That make them vex. Ain't nothing at all. Street and me clean one, me in a that fly. Me G drop it be my that's why them vex. That make them vex. General never afraid if I me fi make a nigga bad fly.
So I look for your compressor now. I'm going to use something from a less known company. It's just something I really care. Let's try this.
Me clean one, me in a that fly. Me G drop it be my that's why them vex.
It's the one side at a time.
General never afraid if I me fi make a nigga bad fly. Me links them bigger, that's why them vex. That make them vex. Ain't nothing to touch. Cheat and me clean what me in a that fly. Me G drop it be my that's why them vex. That make them vex. General never afraid if I me fi make a nigga bad fly. Me links them bigger, that's why them vex. That make
seem as if his compressor is automatic makeup gain.
Cheat and me clean what me in a that fly. Me G drop it be my that's why them vex. That make them vex. General never afraid if I me fi make a nigga bad fly. Me links them bigger, that's why them vex. That make them vex.
Do the same thing to the other side.
Ain't nothing to touch. Cheat and me clean what me in a that fly. Me G.
Cool. So now what we'll do is we'll send both of them out into one separate track now. And we'll call that doubles. So that them are going at them own a track, and then that the track that they'll go into the all vocals track. You know, so we can control it as a one master level. Because let's say we mix everything and me like it and say, oh, the vocals too loud. Can just take one fader and bring down the volume of all of the vocals. You understand what I say? That's the whole purpose of it. So let's put this, we'll change this from vocal master to vox master. Just so we can fit everything in the box right, so cool. Still I call it boss vocal master though. So cover or color this track. There we go. So upon this track here, the very first thing we will add is the we have the NLS bus on my like, but Plugin Alliance also have another one on I kind of try to get used to. It's called the Lindell 80 bus, which is based off a old school Neve console bus system what them used to have or whatever, right? So if you notice, it even take on the name of the track. You know, so and here we are warm up, I hear some tape noise. Not sure where that come from, but me I hear it. Let's bring the meter back on the screen. Can actually make this a lot bigger because we not really use over here, so just I use part of the screen. So here we all run.
Cheat and me clean what me in a that fly. Me G drop it be my that's why them vex. That make them vex. General never afraid if I me fi make a nigga bad fly. Me links them bigger, that's why them vex. That make them vex. Ain't nothing to touch. Cheat and me clean what me in a that fly. Me G drop it be my that's why them vex. That make them vex. General never afraid if I me fi make a nigga bad fly. Me links them bigger, that's why them vex. That make them vex. Ain't nothing to touch. Cheat and me clean what me in a that fly. Me G drop it be my that's why them vex. That make them vex. General never afraid if I me fi make a nigga bad fly. Me links them bigger, that's why them vex.
Alright, liking that. Back to Plugin Alliance. You have an EQ named Millennia MM here. Look intimidating, but it's a baby. So what we are going to do, because we are processing a stereo, we're going to make sure the link turn on. So anything we move, one, both move. Cool? So we're going to do a nice little filter in about 270. Which track put it on? Put it on the master track, wrong place.
Cheat and me clean what me in a that fly.
Cool. And so that the levels, if let me show you something. We need to add a compressor first, and then I'll demonstrate something. Here's I think one as pre-fader, post-fader. If this is a pre-fader send, then the levels should not affect any type of processing I'm have going. So let me show you exactly what I mean. So I need to load up a compressor. We're on a bus. IK Multimedia. TR5 bus compressor. Where is it? Here. Looks familiar. It's the SSL bus compressor. Fastest release, slowest attack. Moderate ratio 4:1. And then for the makeup gain, we do about 2.1 or 2 dB. So yeah, what I did say is that if this is a pre-fader, it shouldn't mess with the levels, right? No, if it is pre-fader, it will mess with the levels. If it's post-fader, when I lower them fader here to 0, the volume not supposed to go away. Well, not that the volume is not supposed to go away, but the compressor shouldn't react different, right? So if this was a pre-fader thing, which I cannot do because it's not a send. Basically, if I were to, let me show you a thing. I think I do this the wrong way. So basically, if I were to turn down the doubles fader here, see how I still have the levels in this, so that's because it's post the fader is not, the fader doesn't affect what go on in the compressor, basically. Where, on the other hand, while I have FL Studio, I can kind of show exactly what I mean by that. So, while me talking like this, so yeah, you see how when I did that talk, you still see the levels, but basically if I put this in a post, or if I put, like right now it is in pre-fader, if I put it in a post-fader, there shouldn't be any level after I lower the fader all the way down. So I just continue to talk while I lower it down. I think FL get them shits wrong. You know? I think, oh my God, you know why FL Studio. Basically, pre-fader means whether or not this fader going to affect the volume going into the compressor. You know what I mean?
G-drop it be my, that's why them vex. That make them vex. General never afraid if I make a nigga but fly. Me links them bigger, that's why them vex.
I have a special reverb I want to use. We'll use the PSP 224B. Or 244B. My mistake. We're gonna leave it in its default setting. Solar safe. Change the color, of course. And then we'll just find a level for blend it in. Cool. Copy over the EQ. I'll just replace the reverb. Judge of fire. Can't undo that. So let's just load it up again. It's a good thing we never dial in the settings and we just sit there run with the default. P2 to 244B. Cool. Just turn off that. Cool.
Streets and me clean one me in a that fly. Me G drop it be my that's why them vex. That make them vex. General never afraid if I'm if you make a nigga bad fly. Me links them bigger that's why them vex. That make them vex. Ain't nothing at top. Streets and me clean one me in a that fly. Me G drop it be my that's why them vex. That make them vex. General never afraid if I'm if you make a nigga bad fly. Me links them bigger that's why them vex.
Next with the other chorus.
Them vex. Ain't nothing at top. Streets and me clean one me in a that fly. Me G drop it be my that's why them vex. That make them vex. General never afraid if I'm if you make a nigga bad fly.
And we just add the chorus so we can, widen out the backgrounds a little bit more. Now we also probably gonna send it to the doubler as well. Add a little bit of that, widening on it to same speed.
That make them vex. General never afraid if I'm if you make a nigga bad fly. Me links them bigger, that's why them vex. That make them vex. Ain't nothing at top. Streets and me clean one me in a that fly. Me G drop it be my that's why them vex.
Alright.
That make.
Yeah, program crashed. I did I try to load that plugin and it crashed for whatever reason, but then I try to load it again and it worked. It's shit crazy. So the working I mix, I use to spread out the vocals a little bit more. So first we need to turn up this track. So with a -7, let's bring it all the way up. Mix without push 100%, without slow down the rate, increase the depth. For solo I thought we aren't hearing it. Slow down this too. Without. Of course, it get a little bit louder, but we can always fix that. It's no problem.
That's why them vex. That make them vex.
So let's turn on the mix and slowly increase the mix. So I'll make sure so the depth there 100% though.
That fly. That's why them vex. That make them vex.
Slow down the rate.
But fly. That's why them vex.
Without.
Make them vex.
Cool. Lastly, I gotta add a very nice EQ. We'll use the BX 2098. And I really want this file is for the top end because it have a band that go all the way up to 21K. I would crank that band up about 6-7 dB.
That fly.
Mm-hmm.
That's why them vex.
Filter out some of the low end.
but fly. That's why them vex.
Let's change the chorus for it.
That fly.
Perfect. So without the two of them,
that fly.
No, not wide at all.
That's why them vex.
Exactly what I look for here, so. Riddim up. Nice.
Sheets and me clean one me in a that fly.
You know, so we not hear it loud and over the rhythm, but we are hear it, you know, kind of put that bed around the vocals, which is nice. Let's move on into the verse.
Sheets and me clean one me in a that fly. Me G drop it be my that's why
Dem Vex. Nice.
That make them vex. General never afraid if I me.
So we have this track here, which is the double. We are going to address that. Basically, we can treat the double track as a parallel compression track. So we're going to send it, we'll send it to all vocals. We're now going to process the double and send it through the vocal master. We're going to get its own processing. So we're going to send it out through all vocals. So it'll go straight from Yasso over to Yasso. Maximum volume. Let's mute all of them other stuff here. And we'll use the WAV CLA 76. We'll put this at 18 and 18. Attack super fast, release super slow.
General never afraid if I make a nigga bad fly.
We need to filter out some more of the low end.
That make them vex. Ain't nothing at top.
Cool. Or we could do even, we can go super slow attack and super fast release and go all buttons in.
General never afraid if I make a nigga bad fly.
You know what I mean?
Me links them bigger, that's why them vex. That make them vex.
So there's a lot of options. Cool. So let's put this at 24. We're not going to get all of the compression with one compressor. Let's put it at 24. Let's copy over this. Right after that, we are going to what I call like a specialty compressor. We're going to use the 1176 purple. Now I mean, just very nice. It's like, not too crazy. In as much as we're not even touch the release settings, we just use it as it is. It's just crazy.
General never afraid if I make a nigga bad fly. Me links them bigger, that's why them vex. That make them vex.
On the tracker itself, we're gonna create a new delay feature, and we're gonna call this or just a slow slap.
General never afraid if I make a nigga bad.
And the reason why I call it that is because we're gonna put a slap delay upon it, yes, but it won't be as typical as the typical slap delay. It's gonna look a bit slower. We're gonna use something we never used before. Let's use Fuse Audio something. This is a 500 series delay.
Me links them bigger, that's why them vex. That make them vex.
See if we have some preset. Yep. So it's a subtle slap back. Really can loop out that section now, to tell you the truth.
General never afraid if I make a nigga bad fly. Me links them bigger, that's why them vex. That make them.
But I'll put the wet mix. Now see the percentage. Let's read back or load back that preset then put the wet. I think this is it all the way up to 100%. We don't need sync for right now. We'll listen to it first. Matter of fact, let's solo out this track. The solo safe them tracks over here, so. And then let's listen to the double.
Free if I'm if you make a nigga bad fly. Me links them bigger, that's why them vex. That make them vex. Ain't nothing that tough. Free if I'm if you make a nigga bad fly. Me links them bigger, that's why them vex. That make them vex. Ain't nothing that tough. Ready for me if you make a nigga bad fly. Me links them bigger, that's.
Alright, so I think I read this wrong. So many other things say the wet mix was this, but the wet mix I think is this.
Ready for me if you make a nigga bad fly. Me links them bigger, that's why them vex.
This is the feedback here. So we can put feedback about 60 delay in a milliseconds, 100. What is the tempo? 85. So if we go 85, so 60,000 divided by 85 divided by 2 divided by 2. And we have 1.76 or 176. So we'll put 176 milliseconds here. On the right side, we are going to put, if we can control it separately, which I cannot, would have put a different number, but you know, cannot change that, so we're not worried about it.
Free if I make a nigga bad fly. Me links them bigger, that's why them vex. That make them vex. Ain't nothing that tough. Free if I make a nigga bad fly. Me links.
Yeah, and then if you want to change the settings from 172, we would just divide that by 2, so 35 and 50, we have 85.
Free if I make a nigga bad fly. Me links them.
You know what I mean? And then would I just then blend the slap.
Free if I make a nigga bad fly. Me links them bigger, that's why them vex.
You know what I mean? Of course, you can bring in an EQ.
Ain't nothing that tough. If I make a nigga bad fly.
Default it and just kind of filter out.
That make them vex. Ain't nothing that tough. If I make a nigga bad fly.
And then everything together.
If I make a nigga bad fly. Me links them bigger, that's why them.
And then this is what I did say about pre-fade and post-fade. And notice when we bring down the level, we don't have no level I got into the channel. This is exactly what I talk about. So now we are going to find a vocal balance, you know. Somewhere where we can put the double where we hear it, wait now too aggressive. Because up here so wait there now, you can tell it says a double, you know what I mean? Which is nothing wrong with that if that are the sound where you go for. That's not the sound of me they go for. So we are going to just back that out.
If you make a nigga bad fly. Me links them bigger, that's why them vex. That make them vex. Ain't nothing that tough. If you make a nigga bad fly. Me links them bigger, that's why them vex. That make them vex. Ain't nothing that tough. If you make a nigga bad fly. Me links them bigger, that's why them vex.
Nice.
Them vex.
So now we can color up the track.
If you make a nigga bad fly. Me links
Make sure we see it.
that's why them vex. That make them vex.
Cool. And we can move on into the verse. And because we mix every other track, now the verse should just fall right in line with the rest of the song. We just can go in and add in with little effects, with little stutters and with little, you know what I mean?
Ain't nothing at all you can do to stop a nigga from rise. No man no bigger than Christ. Girl a road in a slippers and ties. Some music a play got a lick up on eyes. The crack cook quicker than rice. And the Kyle them thicker than ties. Me hot like fritters and fries. And me know what stickers and pride. Roll up in all the streets and me clean one me.
You know what I mean? Song pretty much done mix. I just really like me say we are going and we'll add with little, you know, fuck, with little stutters, with little, you know, dropouts and with little things like that. So the chorus good. So we're going to go into the verse. Let's small up this because we're going to need some real estate and now let's make it sideways. Yeah, and we'll just, pin it up to the top. I need some real estate for operator now. So, firstly, we need to be able to see this. We need to turn on that.
All you can do to stop a nigga from vex. Ain't nothing at all you can do to stop a nigga from rise. No man no bigger than cry.
Cool. When you have the stutter, we can do them similar to how we do the delay earlier, right? Or the space filler thing I'm going to tell about. So let's move the space filler thing up. Let's duplicate this main track. We're not going to copy over none of the audio, no automation, only the inserts and the sends. Now we'll press OK. Boom. Remember, there's a lot of gaps, in this, and that's just how him DJ the song. There's nothing wrong with that. So we're going to put this output stutter. Not stutter. Boom. So them two tracks I will change the color upon them. Them green here vocals, but we want something different. So we'll put something closer to the auxiliary tracks them, like this purplish color. That's cool. So we know exactly, so them must serve a different purpose. So now if we play the verse.
Ain't nothing at all you can do to stop a nigga from rise.
Right, that's all. We can either put. All right, so watch. Whoa. Copy. Go down to. Oh shit. Copy. Go down. Paste.
All you can do to stop a nigga from rise. No man no bigger than cries.
Cool. But like I said, we're not going to just delay it out, you know what I mean, and just have a bag of delay all over the place. You understand what I'm saying? We're going to do the thing the right way. If we press F, add in, we look at fade. Cool. So we have this rise here, right? That's a fill in. That like a gap here.
No man no bigger than cries.
So right here, what we can do is we can take all of this little audio, copy. We can then put this down here, paste, boom. We are going to do a stutter. We don't need the meter for right now. The meter good. What I'm also going to do is let's put on the master. Let's just put a limiter so we can, bring up levels. That's why I'm saying we don't need the meter. I just want to make sure so we are here what going. So I'll just put on the greatest limiter upon earth, the Fab Filter Pro L2, and use that bring up levels or other extra 3 dB. I can add 5. Cool. So the reason why you hear that crazy effect right there is because we have the two tracks layered over each other. That's fine. What we'll do is we'll change the grid mode from 1 bar to quarter. That should give way. No, hold on. Yeah, 4 sections. So 1, 2, 3, 4. So what we'll do? Need to chop this again. 16. Bring this over 1. Shorten this up. Shorten this up. Shorten that up. Copy this over again. Should have a nice little stutter. But we don't want it so fast. So we'll just use 1.
No bigger than cries. You know
what I mean? And of course, we don't automate the volume. Fade definitely can back off a little bit. So let me say we don't automate the volume. So we need to open this up a little bit. Change it. We already upon volume. We don't bring this down. Actually, we can select this whole little region, bring it down. Just like that. Gyal a road in a slippers and ties. Some music a play got a lick up on eyes. They crack up quicker than ride. Gyal a road in a slippers and ties. Some music a play got a lick up on eyes. They crack up quicker than rise. And they Kyle them thicker than ties. Just them little, spicy little things there.
All you can do to stop a nigga from rise. No man no bigger than cries. Gyal a road in a slippers and ties.
Simple little things, you know what I mean? Yeah, hear me I press save. I save. Every time I hear the keyboard I beat up in that bike, save. You know what I mean? So I don't know who listen to Billie Eilish, right? But she have one song where she have this weird effect where it's like she has like, I'm the bad guy. And it's like this weird, like some shit she do. I don't know, I don't care. We are going to emulate that, right? So give me a few seconds while I do some research and forward. Yeah, so ready up. I forget a quick bite. But yeah, so like I say, Billie Eilish vocal trick, right? So what we're going to do is, firstly, we need to get a slot for one more plugin. So I'll move up that. But I'll introduce on the track here, plugin name, Panman from Soundtiles, of course. If you're a long-time follower, subscriber, you don't know exactly what I'm going here. So Soundtiles, Panman. Where is it? Right, that's all. Boom. So all you're going to know is we'll switch this volume, move it down one, and we'll put Panman. We need to get the rate. So we need to go up here, so click this, and we'll add the rate over to the automation settings. We also do add to the automation the bypass on and off and the mix. If the mix sound better than bypass, then we will use bypass. If bypass sound better, then we use bypass. We just need to have a few options when it comes to automation. So we'll put hard bypass, right? That's so cool. So we have the Panman here, so we have the volume right here, and we have Panman mix, or no, the rate level right up at the top. So the thing I want to try with the vocals, if we come and listen again.
You can do to stop a nigga from rise. No man no bigger than Christ. Girl a road in a slippers and ties. Some music a play got a lick up on eyes.
Right here, so when I say aye, sorry, what I'm gonna sing. So when I say aye, we are gonna take the whole section there, copy it, come down one, paste it, boom. So we have the whole section there. Make sure so we add with fades. So this is how I say the hard bypass and all of them things they come in. So for the whole of the track, we want this thing here off, you know what I mean? Want it bypass. For this a section, we want it on. So if we take a listen to that section, I know we don't hear the panning go on, right? So let's listen. And then if we mute the track up above, you know, you can hear it a travel around, which is cool, nothing wrong with that. But no, we want it more rapid than that, and we want it start fast and slow down. So we are going to automate the rate. So if we increase the rate, you know what I mean, you can see it a move. But what we don't do, we don't use Panman. So we are going from left to right. We make sure say the width there a maximum. We don't make sure say it's soft. Don't increase the rate. So if we listen now, you know what I mean? Cool. What we don't do, we don't take the rate, no, we don't slow it down. All the way, we don't make sure say we do this. Boom, right? Like that. There should be a mix knob. Maybe that's something about mix or seat right or so. So what we don't do, we are going to make sure say we mix. Let's target this, make sure say it stay up on the screen, and make sure say we mix level is always at 100%. Cool. Only in the sections the more we need it, matter of fact. So we don't only do operating at the little section. So if we listen to the rest of the track and we'll play you now.
Lick up our eyes, they crack up. Lick up our eyes, they crack.
Alright, so let's go back up. That seemed to be too fast.
Lick up our eyes, they crack up.
Definitely too fast. Let's try a little bit of a harder setting.
Lick up our eyes, they...
Let's turn this off real quick.
Lick up our eyes. Lick up our eyes.
Put this on hard.
Lick up our eyes. Lick up our eyes.
And then let's bring up 1 point here, so. Get rid of that one now.
Lick up our eyes. Lick up our eyes.
Alright, cool. Let's go tweak. Release maximum, attack minimum. with maximum. And we just remember say we don't add back there. We'll add back the way I want to call it vocal, you know. We'll add back the dry vocal when I have the processing. Just want to make sure say we'll highlight a section and turn down this, highlight the whole of this, add a crossfade to that. But that mega track here, need to go clip, view, clip, and turn on the clip gain line so we can, you know, clip gain down the one little section, take off 112. You know what I mean? You can upgrade the rate. And what we do also is we do add some reverb to this. So we do go start out, we do go track, and we do send this to the 244B. And what we do also is we do add another drop down right here. So this time around we do the 224 level. So how much we are send into the track. Select this again. Bring this up. We'll bring more of the reverb towards the end of the track, and we'll put 1 point here. So because you can see tail off a little bit, so one kind of get to the peak before it's done. I mean, and if we even let's tweak the mix. You know what I mean? I can hear the little nuance how I go on. So when I have to start rapid, you know, we could always mute this. You understand what I say? Bring this back up a little bit. Hold on. You know, it's not feel as loud as it is, you know what I mean? Yeah, this definitely no need for the plus 12. We only need is about 0 dB or so.
Quicker than right. Music I play got a lick up on eyes. The music I play got a lick up on eyes.
As you can hear, not really cutting through over there.
Music I play got a lick up on eyes. They crack up quicker than rice. And they Kyle the music I play got a lick up on eyes. They crack up quicker than rice. And they Kyle music I play got eyes, 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 eyes,
The mix. Up on this without the volume and just for the clip here. I lower the little section here. Take off about 10 dB or so. And okay, what we could do is we could have just I'm going to delete it. We're going to mute it. And with this clip here, we can literally just use the mix as like a way of, you know what I mean, going into that effect or going out of the effect.
The crack up quicker than ice. The crack up quick. No slippers and ties. Some music I play got a lick up on ice. The crack up quicker than rice. And the Kyle them thicker than ties. Me hot like fritters and fries. Some music I play got a lick up on ice. The crack up quicker than rice.
You know, but like I say, now if you do, as drastic we can, well, this is automate, so now we really can change that one. We can change the rate, volume trim level, bypass, mixes, changes to rate. You know, and we can just basically make it kind of follow.
Some music I play got a lick up on ice. Some music I play got a lick up on ice. The crack up quicker than rice. And the cat. Some music I play got a lick up on ice. The crack up quick. Some music I play got a lick up on ice. The crack up quick. Some music I play got a lick up on ice. The crack up quick.
You understand what I'm saying? So we have that.
Got a lick up on ice. The crack up quicker than rice. And the Kyle them thicker than ties. Me hot like fritter.
Cool, so let's move on. So we can close up all of that. Make this a little bit bigger and move on into more adventures.
Got a lick up on ice. The crack up quicker than rice. And the Kyle them thicker than ties. Me hot like
right here, so can switch this to 16 note. This is the main one right here. That's the main line. So we have 1, 2, 3, 4. So if we were to copy this over 4, copy, paste, switch this back to waveform, and we can drag this over 1, 2, 3, 4. So if we go back by 4, 1, 2, 3, 4, we have a perfect delay, right? And you really have to cut it off fully. Just go F like that.
Me hot like me hot like me. Kyle them thicker than ties. Me hot like fritters and fries and Kyle.
Go back by 2.
Me hot like me hot. Kyle them thicker than ties. Me hot like fritters and fries.
This one right here can go audio suite, go fab filter, Q3. Come in here, so turn this in our phone. Bring that out. You know what I mean? Can also then duplicate it basically. You know what I mean? But we can clean it up a little still. So let's do that. Delete the front of this, delete the back of this, and slap a fade on it. So we would have put this now, you know, like this a spot here.
Me hot like me hot like fritter.
You know, but we don't need all of the extras, you understand what I'm saying? We don't definitely need all of that. We only need the one. What we don't do is now we can manipulate the volume. Because we don't need it for both to so loud. And make the volume come up.
Me hot like fritters.
Can probably go a little bit louder than that. Yeah, so let's just matter of fact, I'll delete all of this.
Me hot like fritters and ties. Me hot like fritters and fries.
Another thing I could do to this too as well is if we go audio suite again and go Avid, Lo-Fi, or I think Verify. Render, we have this.
Me hot like fritters and fries and
You know what I mean? We don't really need it for do. Want to catch the me.
me hot.
Let's stretch this out. All of this hot part here, so render. Now we have a taper stop. Tape stop, not taper stop.
Me hot like fritters and fries and me know what stickers and pride.
Know what I mean? Now we can just boom. Slap fade span everything, adjust bounds. We're good.
Me thicker than ties. Me hot.
Same thing with the ties right there, so copy all of that. Drop that down to we filler.
Tie. Thicker than ties. Me hot like fritters and fries and thicker than ties. Me hot like fritters and fries and me know what stickers and pride. Roll up in all this.
Right, there's a prize. It's supposed to surprise, right? Oh, go on now, so. Delete all of that. Delete the pointer here, so. Can't go back no further. And if we can go back. Yeah. No, that not gonna work. So yeah, I don't know I make the prize cut off. But it's supposed to say prize there. So, but that's cool. You get the idea. Allow that as is and move on to other stuff.
Me know what stickers and pride. Roll up in all the streets and me clean what me in a that fly.
Yeah, so what I think for the second hook here is with all
me know what stickers and pride. Roll up in all the streets.
Copy all of this. And the same thing that what did happen earlier when we did PS it.
Roll up in all the streets and me clean what me in a that fly.
But we have this weird little effect going. We're gonna recreate that with a flanger. So let's bring in. We'll use Wave's real ADT mono to recreate it.
Roll up in all the streets and me clean what me in a that fly. Me G drop it be my that's why them vex. That make them vex. Roll up in all the streets and me clean what me in a that fly. Roll up in all the streets and me clean what me in a that fly. Roll up in all the streets and me clean what me in a that fly. Roll up in all the streets and me clean what me in a that fly. Roll up in all the streets and me clean what me in a that fly. Roll up in all the streets and me clean what me in a that fly. Roll up in all the streets and me clean what me in a that fly. Roll up in all the streets and me clean what me in a that fly. Roll up in all the streets and me clean what me in a that fly. Roll up in all the streets and me clean what me in a that fly. Roll up in all the streets and me clean what me in a that fly. Roll up in all the streets and me clean what me in a that fly. Roll up in all the streets and me clean what me in a that fly. Roll up in all the streets and me clean what me in a that fly. Roll up in all the streets and me clean what me in a that fly. Roll up in all the streets and me clean what me in a that fly. Roll up in all the streets and me clean what me in a that fly. Roll up in all the streets and me clean what me in a that fly. Roll up in all the streets and me clean what me in a that fly. Roll up in all the streets and me clean what me in a that fly. Roll up in all the streets and me clean what me in a that fly. Roll up in all the streets and me clean what me in a that fly. Roll up in all the streets and me clean what me in a that fly. Roll up in all the streets and me clean what me in a that fly. Roll up in all the streets and me clean what me in a that fly. Roll up in all the streets and me clean what me in a that fly. Roll up in all the streets and me clean what me in a that fly. Roll up in all the streets and me clean what me in a that fly. Roll up in all the streets and me clean what me in a that fly. Roll up in all the streets and me clean what me in a that fly. Roll up in all the streets and me clean what me in a that fly. Roll up in all the streets and me clean what me in a that fly. Roll up in all the streets and me clean what me in a that fly. Roll up up in all the streets and me clean what me in a that fly. Roll up in all the streets and me clean what me in a that fly. Roll up in all the streets and me clean what me in a that fly. Roll up in all the streets and me clean what me in a that fly. Roll up in all the streets and me clean what me in a that fly. Roll up in all the streets and me clean what me in a that fly. Roll up in all the streets and me clean what me in a that fly. Roll up in all the streets and me clean what me in a that fly. Roll up in all the streets and me clean what me in a that fly. Roll up in all the streets and me clean what me in a that fly.
Yeah, so I automate the bypass on this too. Only for the first part of the chorus right there. So master bypass add. Okay. And let's drop this down. Change this from volume to master bypass. We only go select that little portion of here. Drop everything to zero. Everything to 0. Which it seems as if you don't want to do. So yeah, so we just have to make sure just a portion of it. Oh shit. Wrong thing. So out of way.
Stickers and pride. Roll up in all the streets and me clean what me in a that fly.
Cool. And then all of the other stuff I'll have the delays and stuff like that. Let's close this up. Let's to make things a little bit simpler with consolidate all of the hook stuff. You know what I mean? Other fade, copy. Just come to the other hook, click, paste. We have the same exact fills.
Streets and me clean what me in a that fly. Me G drop it be my that's why them vex. That make them vex. General never afraid if I'm streets and me clean what me in a that fly. Vex. General
yeah, so we want a different effect for you, so.
Vex. That make them vex. General never.
So we can kind of do something similar.
Vex. General never vex.
Or kind of similar to what we did earlier. So let's separate this 16 notes like that. So we have this section here, copy, and we can literally just paste it right here. So yeah, it tell me about automation. So if we open this up, just need to double check to make sure so we don't actually copy over no automation. Cool. So we have 4, so we can go 1, 2, 3, 4. This should give us a perfect loop. Cool. So we'll kind of do something similar to what we did earlier, where we did do a tape stop. So let's press F here, right at the ending part here. So we're going to stretch this out a little bit. Talk about this, so. And we'll do a tape stop. Right terms of general, I'll just tape stop the recite. So we can shorten up all of that. Put a fade on the last one. And then audio suite, avid, purify, tape stop. Boom.
General never afraid if I'm if you make a nigga but general.
Also can do this first piece, copy, paste. Let's shave off some of that. Command F, bring back that. Like that. And I can just override this, delete this. Cool. We have the volume thing here, so just highlight this section, delete all of this and that, bring all of this down, slowly back up. Take a bit of volume. Probably could turn on Pun Man. Not sure though.
Vex. General never afraid if you make a nigga bad fly. Me links them bigger, that's why them vex. That make them vex.
Right at the spot here, we are go do the same look at Dem Vex thing in a copy. Whenever I go add a reverse delay, it's PS. Oh shit, copy the wrong thing. Yep, copy the wrong thing. So let's do a fade. Or yeah, fade. So here,
we feed get rich, we feed.
So I'll copy the first syllable. Copy that. We'll drop down to the stutter track. We'll paste it. Alright. Now we'll select from. Let's shorten this up a little bit. Let's select all of this. Yeah, that should be enough. Let's go. Probably can go, yeah. And we'll change this from verify, we'll change this to some sort of reverb. We'll use, what's that good? We're going to use the Valhalla. Reverb, so we'll go. Oh man. This is a stereo track, right? I'll use the Valhalla vintage verb. Just because I'm more used to it and it's going to take me less time to set up the settings. So, vintage verb. We'll do a play it. Milliseconds, 0. Mix cool. What the tempo for the Riddim? So 176, that will be 3.4. Whatever. I'll just set 3.5. So 3.4. Color without the 80s. And if we press play, let's increase this size here a little bit more. Right?
We figure.
Just want the we.
We figure. We figure.
Yeah, so that should do. That should do more than well. If we come here and press reverse, can only render 2 channels at a time. Okay, fine. So we'll just press render. Dog. Mano, stop play. Come on, dog. Like, I could have swear I just say, do the thing in a mano. Reverb. So this is just so irritating. Okay, so this can do it. So we do it with this. So set at 3.4 to 6.8. Size as big as possible, width as wide as possible, mix 100% of course. And let's listen to the different plates. like the adamantium. Cool. No need for no presets. Without press reverse. This shit never fucking work. That's so annoying, bro. Let's go back before. Let's back up with the selection. Reverse. This shit is crazy, bro.
We fee get rich, we fee get right. Next flight carry me different time. Millions can't make me headlights and now we fee.
Which that actually works. So let's target this and put it off of the screen. It do it, you know, do it the way me did want it to do it, but it do it. So what I'll do is 1, 2, that's halfway back. Shorten that up half, 1 more. And we'll line it up with this here. So let's go here, 16 notes, and if we come here, I want them to line up almost perfect. Add some fades.
We fee get rich, we fee get right. Next flight carry me extra. We fee get rich, we fee.
And as far as the volume go, of course we're going to automate the volume. Bring this down.
Vex, that make them vex. Vex, that make them. We fee get rich.
Don't want it end before though. I have to line it up proper.
That make them vex. We that make them.
But we want it go away as soon as we hear the we. So I've shortened up the end. Like that. Let's bring back the whole clippings. Yeah, so. Yeah, about that. Perfect. Another thing we probably could have do is with one man, but not really too stress it. Not go too crazy. Keep it simple.
That make them vex. We fee get rich, we fee get right. Next flight carry me different time. Millions can't make me headlights and a baritone killers have the wickedest style. This a S-class with the Ben sign. Girl a mix cocky with the enzyme. When the girl that make them vex. We fee get rich, we fee get right. Next flight carry me different time.
Alright, so back with the delays, of course. So let's bring space filler up. I feel like I'm going to start a track real soon. So let's bring space filler up. Copy this, come down, paste it.
Time. Carry me different time.
Just need to add the fades, of course.
Time. Different time. Millions can't make me headlights and a baritone killers have the wickedest style. This a lights and a baritone.
Right, that's so. Right, I'm the baritone.
Barit.
Hold on, right, that's so. I gotta go back in a lo-fi. Or verify. I don't know what I keep on as a lo-fi. And we're gonna do a tape stop. And we're gonna chop off everything till the next beat drop.
Baritone killers have the wickedest style. Lights and a baritone killers have the wickedest style. Baritone. Lights and a baritone killers have the wickedest style. This a S-class with the Ben sign. Girl a mix cocky with the enzyme. When the girl them see me them shy, we say she could with the enzyme.
Another space filler.
Enzyme. With the enzyme. When the girl them see me them shy, we say she coulda give me 10 times. Roll up inna the street and me clean what me inna that fly. Me G drop it be mad, that's why them vex. That make them vex.
Cool. Now we go back to the second chorus. I would copy everything over to the third chorus.
Street and me clean when me in a that fly. Me G drop it be my that's why them vex. That make them vex. General never afraid if I.
Here we are going to just instead of do the same thing we did the last time. Drop it in.
Vex. That make them vex. General never vex.
Or take off the, just to add a little bit of differences, we'll just do the Dem Vex. When I go do the Vex, you know what I mean? Let's add some fades. Cool.
Street and me clean when me in a that fly. Me G drop it be my that's why them vex. That make them vex. General never street and me clean when me.
You know what I mean? Cool, that take care of the third chorus. Move into the verse.
Roll up in the street. Tongue to the brim, with that kind of the ankle pin. Roll up in the street.
Yeah, I feel like this here was supposed to be the third verse, so I'm gonna just copy it up. Till I try to figure out how to make it is a different color from everything else. So I paste that. Yeah, let's do a crossfade right here, so you know, I delete that. Trim it up. Cool. Here, I'll go on here, so.
Roll up in
Alright, so this is supposed to be here, so this can come in. What is this?
This get gas fully tongue to the brim, reaching. Give thanks to the, me give thanks to the king. Some man a move like a girl to the thing while roll up in. Man a move from the swamp, man a move from the swamp. King someone a move like a girl to the thing. One thing when me know say, roll up in the streets and me clean when me in a that fly. Man a move from the swamp to, man a move from the swamp to the hills from rock. Man a move from the swamp to Vex. Man a move from the swamp to the hills from.
Yeah, I think this is supposed to be there, so.
Vex. Man a move from the swamp to the hill. Vex. Man a move.
Alright, so it seems as if let's move this down. This piece here, all I'll do is
Man a move from the.
we're gonna just oh, we don't need that. We only need, yeah, we need this to split in a 4. I do a 4-bar stutter. So we have copy, PS, PS, PS. Bring this back out a little bit.
That make them vex. Man a move from the swamp to the hills from rock.
Cool. That's nice. So let's take all of these, highlight them, add the fades, of course. We're gonna go here. We are gonna go to Avid Lo-Fi Preview. Okay, so that's going to continuously loop. So let's change. Okay. I get it nasty sounding. Cool. Then we are going to run it through the telephone effect. Cool. So phone, preview, render, skinny it out, cool. Then we're going to run everything now through FabFilter Saturn 2. And there's a setting, I don't remember what it's called. do not remember what it's called. Oh, man. No, what it's called. But it's all good. Then all what I'll do is without take this and we'll put it on the space filler track. And the reason I put it on that track there is that I want to do some panning. And I don't like the panning on my main track because sometimes it give me weird issues, dog. And I don't really feel like go through that right now. I'm not telling no lie. So what I'll do is we'll just add some points. Every individual one. And we'll pan them. Obviously, we can't pan them as individuals, you see. No, we can. Let's go back. All right, here we go. So the first one in the center, the second one off to the left or whatever, and then the one off to the right. Like that. Not perfect, but get the job done, right?
Man, I move from the swamp. Vex.
Oh, okay, damn. This is the track with the delays on it, so we need to switch this back. Actually need to, let's copy all of this. Let's switch this to pan. Let's open this up. I'm gonna do pan, all pan. Go down here and paste. Paste that. Copy. Paste. And then we can delete all of that from up here, so. And drag this track down to so. What I also can do, before we even do the panning, let's get rid of all of this. Let's work in our grid, split this up in 4 more sections. Shorten this up, get rid of all of them in between. I'll just do a rapid delay. You know what I mean? Don't make sense. Easiest way, just control and D all the way across. Boom. Repeat everything, same way. It's not like it's not the same thing anyway. Cool. Fade between everything. Cool. And then like I said with panning, now we can pan them one by one. Oh, last one can be like that. From a volume level standpoint, we can definitely make the volume raise. So we can drop it like that and make it come up. Start at a good point still where we can kind of hear what going. Probably bring down the final level though. Let's bring up this. I could even, for the first couple, and split them in half, basically.
Man, I move from the swamp to the hills from Vex. Man, Man, I move from the swamp to the hills, from rocks to riches, carry money at the bank, go put in. Me know say me wrongfully seen, but me still a pray more love. I vex. Man, I move from the swamp to the hills.
Also, can we have the reverb on it? Let's, send some of the signal to it. Take out volume trim and go to reverb level. So just make it get bigger as it grow over time.
Man, I move from the swamp to the hills, from rocks to riches, carry money at the bank, go put in. Me know say me wrongfully seen, but me still a pray more love. All when I want good it is, get gas fully tank to the brim, bring gene, give thanks to the, me give thanks to the king. Some man I move like a girl to the thing. One thing when me know say, roll up in the streets and me clean. When me know say, roll up in the streets and when me know say, when roll up in the streets and me clean.
I'll take out the piece.
Me give thanks to the king. Me know say, roll up in the.
I'll take out the piece here too.
When me know say, roll up in the street.
Yeah, can know without.
When me know say,
I'll take no say. Copy it. Send it to the space filler. Fill up the space.
No say, thing when me know say, roll up in the streets and me clean one me.
Yeah, working a line here. Copy the whole of this chorus. We actually can Alt-Shift-3, consolidate it, copy it over to the last one. Can go back down now and kind of consolidate up everything what there on them tracks here, just for the sake of not seeing clips all over the place. Same thing with all of them now. Delete that so everything consolidate up and nice. Still though, need to have fades on all our clips, so press F, add in like a fades. Cool. The only thing I never really worked on was the intro, but we get to that in a second. We're at the end of the track, you know.
That made them vex.
Yeah, so this is the outro. So we're going to split it off from this. Add a fade to this. I'm going to bring the outro up to the intro track. Yeah, and because of the intro, and it's supposed to have all of this stuff on the main track of. Like a copy over all our settings, get it up from a volume standpoint. Except the flanger, of course.
Yeah, man, I know I think.
Actually, on this intro track, let's add a phaser. And a modulation. Let's add phaser. Really thinking of more hard. Let's go frequency shifter. Fuck it. That's fine. Tanstrom. And let's send the output of this track to the master track. Trying to find the presets, dog. There we go.
Roll up in the street and me clean one me in a that fly. Me G drop it be my that's why them vex. That make them vex.
Let's bring this over to the side.
If I make a nigga.
I like that. So yeah, make we small up, I think a little bit still low. 100, yeah. After the frequency shifter, we're going to put on a plugin from Waves named Brower Motion. And we use Brower Motion to fling it around in a circle. Could use Panman feed, but much rather use Brower Motion. Is more of a 3D effect of a Panman. If we can find it, Brower Motion. So yeah, we turn off the first one. When I use the red one, make sure to set the mix all the way up without use it in a 4-bar setting. Why does shit sound like shit all of a sudden? Why would the preset just change so?
The crack up quicker than rise.
Yeah.
And it roll up in all the streets and me.
So I don't know from a blending standpoint.
Roll up in all the street.
Or lower the volume. Send it to the reverbs, all of them. Yeah. Just to try to get a balance. More on the intro, we kind of have a lot of verb still. So what we are going to do is I'm going to make sure we all our reverb route into the auxiliary. So, no, we don't have a track for the aux, so we're going to make one. So, I'll just call this new track and I'll call it aux master. So that are the master track for all of my auxiliary tracks. Go right on the left of the mixer. Master, if you say. Cool. So now all of the aux track them, more raise up everything, turn off everything, you know, we can do that from that track there. Why is there no level on this? Oh, because it's automating. Oh, okay. Yeah, so which track I just added to? The intro track. So if we go here, yeah, because it have automation, so we can delete all of that. We don't need that. We need a level at maximum. Alright, obviously this thing yeah. Now bumbo clad try follow a program. Stop playing my post soul. Oh damn. Wrong feed I have wrong one. I have the wrong one. This other one. Yeah. So what we'll do is for this track as well, just because of the intro, we're gonna bring up the space filler track and but I'll catch some of the little words them now we're really to emphasize, you know what I mean? So like this, yeah. Take off about 8 dB or so. Add one nice little fade.
Roll up in all the streets and me clean one me in a that fly. Me G drop it be my that's why them.
And that little section there probably would have perfect. You know what? It's cool. I did also would have had the Billie Eilish thing, but that cool.
Roll up in all the streets and me clean one me in a that fly. Me G drop it be my that's why them vex. That make
Alright.
them vex.
That's sounding good. Let's go to the outro.
Vex. Yeah man, I know where things set already. Saigon, Baritone, MJ. Some boy.
I don't know fade. Drop this down on the space filler.
Yeah man, I know where things set already. Saigon, Baritone, MJ. Some boy.
Yeah, as far as me concerned, track done. So we are going to take hook one, move on over to the master track now. Space filler and stutter we can put over here, so immediately next to, because them are audio tracks, you know, but them are auxiliary tracks in a way. So we have a limiter already on there. We'll mute that completely for right now. We need some metering plugins, so we need this. And we need you know, some other stuff. But we work through the master inside of this. This is the quick master. So we'll load up the Fab Filter Pro Q3 EQ. And we'll filter with this. Need to stay up on the screen. Do some filters. So I have a preset named Master Filter. That's what I'm going to use. I'll change the slope to 30 on the low. I'll change it 48 on the high. Of course, you get lower because we take off the limiter. Cool. Next, we need a bus compressor. And with this, we kind of want something. I'll use the Shadow Hills, but we don't use it after we use. Kind of go crazy with the compression upon the master. So we'll use the bus compressor first. We'll use the not the plugin at all, it was the Cytomic glue compressor, which is basically a SSL clone. And we are going to use that kind of bring the track together.
That make them vex. General never afraid if I make a nigga bad fly. Me links them bigger, that's why.
We also don't use the side chain internally, not the external. We use the internal, because we don't want nothing past 150-ish. They trigger the compressor. You notice when they click, be a compression. We don't want that. So we have team that down. Yeah. Now we have a more natural compression. Perfect. Get back again. Earlier in the track, we did have some plugins on the master channel or on the Riddim itself, you know. Them did do certain little things. I'm try to bring out the plugin and it crashed to blood clot. Alright, so we will pause it and load up at the session. Yeah, so we get back up. And I think we did do the makeup gain on the compressor, so we do everything else. So make sure so we are get. Let's increase the tune.
General never afraid if make a nigga bad fly. Me links them bigger, that's why them vex.
Alright, cool. So let's, well, we already saved. Boom. So let's try this again. So we did that try bring up the F6 plugin from Waves, right? Try to take it out of inactive, and seemingly we have to just avoid the plugin. So we are going to just delete the plugin them. You know what I mean? Matter of fact, I might just create a new, no, we can't create a new track. Yeah, we can create a new track. I'll create a new track for the Riddim and just delete the plugin them off. I don't know what I go on. Alright, so what we'll do is we'll just delete all of the plugins. Get rid of all of them. And if me can remember from when we first started mix, the thing that a lot of these stuff was over here doing, which you can disable auto key, was that a lot of these were boosting certain frequencies, right? So we had, what we had, the Waves F6. Okay, back again. So apparently is the F6 is the problem. So as far as I'm concerned, it can go suck. Mother. So let's try to turn on the L2, the EQ3. Alright, cool. So yeah, the F6 are the problem. It's all good. No worries. Matter of fact, I'm all this more just avoid that slot there on the track here all together. Just to make sure so everything stay above board. So we don't need the L2. Let's load up the Fab Filter Pro Q. And yeah, so upon the F6, what them did have it to do, them did have it around this area in a dynamic setting and duck out some shit. Right, so we kind of do that, same thing. Them you know. Yeah. We're gonna replace, let's just bring up this. So let's do this. Let's delete this. Let's see. The orange one there, 498. Cool. Then we have the green one there at 835. And the yellow one there at 1.12K. My fault. Forget to put the K. Cool. Them all, they do reduction. Which the green one in the middle do a little bit less than everything else. Well, I'll put them in a dynamic setting. Boom. For play, this need for the above here. Now we can get rid of this. Play. Can't get no play. No audio. None. Okay. Let's change the counter to minutes and seconds, show sub counter. Cool. So yeah, they have a little bit of like some gain thing going up here, so right? So we're gonna do something like that. And I'm need have a little bit of the mids right here, so we're gonna do something like that. Nothing too drastic. But we also do make sure say them dynamic. You know, something like that. We're not going too crazy with it. The other EQ is basically for bass, but me no know that. We're not gonna do that one day. So I'm gonna delete that one. Cool. And then we're gonna go back over to the master inside everything, you know. Yeah, so meter compressor. Need for the another chorus, of course. Yeah, this out now here. What the fuck, dog? Come on, bro.
Me clean what me in a that fly.
Alright.
Me G drop it be my that's why them vex.
Cool.
That make them vex.
Alright.
General never afraid if I
Let's
make a
tweak.
nigga bad fly. Me links them
Perfect.
bigger, that's why them vex. That make them vex.
Save. So me, I like to use the Waves tape machine, the J37. And then there's the setting, fat, tight, and open that I really love. Sound like pussy.
Streets and me clean what me in a that fly. Me G drop it be my that's why them vex.
Cool. This is as far as we'll go for right now. Come on, this processing on the track, right? There is something I need to do. If you take a listen to the vocals, vocals sound good, but it don't sound as eerie, as nice as me would have wanted. So we're gonna fix that. So we're gonna take the vocal master track here. And we're gonna bust that out into a new track, and we're gonna call this pure ear. Cool. Now, solo safe, make sure to set the track all the way up. Actually, we go all the way to about minus. Let's do minus 20. Save. Cool. First track, our first plugin on this track will be an EQ. We need something very surgical. We're going to use the Fab Filter Pro Q3. We don't need nothing. That's why we have brick wall below a certain way. We're not going to brick wall, but we don't need nothing below probably like that. We need to send maximum volume to it. High shelf. We have boost. Cool. After that, we are going into the Waves R-Vox, not the R compressor, the R-Vox. 12 dBd down, 2 down on the gain. Cool. Out of that, into a plugin from Plugin Alliance called the AMEC EQ 200. The reason why I use this EQ over anything else is because it have a, and just so you can see exactly what I'm going, let's turn on this magnifying glass thing here. So yeah, the AMEC EQ have this thing where it go all the way up to, let's change the view. Drop the size a little bit. Yeah, so the AMEC EQ have this high band will go all the way up to almost 30K. I think it go up to 26 it as already, so cool. So we're gonna go all the way up there. We are gonna spread the EQ all the way out. And with a boost. Me G drop it be my that's why them vex. That make them vex. We also don't engage the high pass filter. And as you can see, once we move one, we move both.
me clean, one me in a that
levels,
fly.
but -9.
Drop it, be my, that's why them vex. That make them vex.
As far as the channel stuff here, we're not going to touch that, but the input gain, we are going to increase about a dB. The stereo width, we are going to push as high as we can and back it off.
Streets and me clean, one me in a that fly. Me G drop it, be my,
That's mono.
them vex. That make them vex.
Cool, kind of like that. There's also a mono maker, which we just set to about 300 or so hertz. Anything below that is fully mono. And then like a total harmonic distortion to increase that a little bit.
Streets and me clean, one me in a that fly.
Without,
Me G drop it, be my, that's why them vex.
just focus on the top end.
That make them vex. General never afraid if you make a nigga bad fly.
Cool. So we're adding a lot of ear. We're adding a lot of top end. It's only right that we compensate on the top end. So we are going to go back to waves again. We don't use the RDS at this time. And starting at about 4,000. Normally I go 4,237. We'll start at 4,000. We don't kind of tame down the audio. We don't want it to come down more than 10 dB. So I put the range to 10. Threshold we adjust.
Streets and me clean, one me in a that fly. Me G drop it, be my, that's why them vex.
I think 14 would have been good.
That make them vex.
Just so we can control the harshness and not really have to worry about too much.
Streets and me clean, one me in a that fly. Me G drop it, be my, that's why them vex.
Out of that, back into Plugin Alliance.
General never afraid if you make a nigga bad fly. Me links them bigger, that's why them vex.
Look a bit of saturation now.
Them vex. Ain't nothing to top. Streets and me clean, one me in a that fly. Me G drop it, be my, that's why them vex. That make them vex. General never afraid if you make a nigga bad fly. Me links them bigger, that's why them vex. That
Cool.
make them vex.
The last thing, or second to last thing, we don't use the waves. No, we don't use ozone imager. Ozone 9. And the reason why I use the ozone 9 or the ozone limiter in general, which this we can turn off the magnifying glass for because this is a much bigger plugin, so we can turn off the magnifying glass now. Without press learn, which I don't know, make it now. Let's add some points. Oh yeah, we have to add some points. So let's add about the 3 bands that we can add. Without press learn, without play, and without make ozone learn all of the frequency them.
Streets and me clean, one me in a that fly. Me G drop it, be my, that's why them vex. That make them vex. General never afraid if you make a nigga bad.
Cool. So it's done. Learn all of the frequency. Let's solo out the top frequency here without push the width up. 65. And this is just stuff for me I do. But the 65, 40. I'll pull this all the way down center and without pull this one here. 50 minus. So more in the center towards the mid, low mids and the lows, but on the high, we go wide with it. And you can see the representation right at the end of the meter.
Streets and me clean, one me in a that fly. Me G drop it, be my, that's why them.
We have it solo out right now. So let's do that. Push this to 100 now. Or actually, let's just match this. So let's go 50-50, 100-100.
Streets and me clean, one me in a that fly. Me G drop it, be my, that's why them vex.
Turn it off.
That make them vex. General never afraid if you make a nigga bad fly.
Now we can start back off.
That's why them vex.
50.
That make them vex. Ain't nothing to top. Streets and me clean, one me in a that fly.
This don't always be like that.
G drop it, be my, that's why them vex. That
Cool.
make them vex.
And then the very last thing.
General never afraid if you make a nigga bad fly. Me links them bigger, that's why them vex. That make them vex. Ain't nothing to top. Streets and me clean, one me in a that fly. Me G drop it be mad, that's why them vex.
R compressor.
That make them vex.
Just catch them little peaks there. Actually, we're not going to use the R compressor. We're going to use the API bus compressor.
That's why them vex.
Catch all of them little peaks there.
Ain't nothing that top streets and me clean one me in a that fly. Me G drop it be mad, that's why them vex. That make them vex. General never afraid if I me fi make a nigga bad fly. Me links them bigger, that's why them vex. That make them vex. Ain't nothing that top streets and me clean one me in a that fly. Me G drop it be mad, that's why them vex. That make them vex.
No, that's what that money overdo it. Cool. And then I think what we need, we'll add in between, we'll use the NS1. Can hear all of that frying. And that's because of all of the hero we add, so we'll just use the NS1 for tame that down. There we go.
Streets and me clean one me in a that fly. Me G drop it be mad, that's why them vex. That make them vex. General never afraid if I me fi make a nigga bad fly. Me links them bigger, that's why them vex. That make them vex. Ain't nothing that top streets and me clean one me in a that fly. Me G drop it be mad, that's why them vex. That make them vex.
Cool. So yeah, we're done with the ear. Bring that over here, so color it up. Back to the master track. Cool. So we have the, let's turn off the shadow hills. Yeah. Before the shadow hills, because we're going to use a few compressors, we are going to add one from Plugin Alliance named Iron, SPL Iron or Iron. Same shit. We'll do a little bit of gentle compression with this. Actually, we can go aggressive because we have a lot of headroom, so we'll start with a preset and tweak if fit whatever go on. There's a preset called, I think, Loud or something like that. Parallel drums, vocal, mandolin, bass, all the guitars. I swear there was a plugin called Load some. Well, if not, then let's just create our own. So I want slow attack, super fast release, tube bias, without bias it more towards the high end, not towards the mid range. That make them vex. General never afraid if I me fi make a nigga bad fly. Me links them bigger, that's why them vex. That make them vex. Ain't nothing that top streets and me clean one me in a that fly. Me G drop it be mad, that's why them vex. That make them vex. General never afraid if I me fi make a nigga bad fly. Me links them bigger, that's why them vex. That make them vex. Ain't nothing that top streets and me clean one me in a that fly. Me G drop it be mad, that's why them vex. That make them vex. Cool. General never afraid if I me fi make a nigga bad fly. Me links them bigger, that's why them vex. That make them vex. Without ain't nothing that top streets and me clean one me in a that fly. Me G drop it be mad, that's why them vex. So that's cool. That after that, we're gonna add from Plugin Alliance again. If I me fi make a nigga bad fly. Me links them bigger, that's why them vex. We're gonna use the mastering version. Ain't nothing that top streets and me clean one me in a that. It's a box and all EQ from Plugin Alliance again. We're gonna use the mastering version, right? Streets and me clean one me in a that fly.
Me G drop it be mad, that's why them vex. That make them vex. General never afraid if I fi make a nigga bad fly. Me links them bigger, that's why them vex. That make them vex. Ain't nothing to touch it and me clean when me in a that fly. Me G drop it be mad, that's why them vex. That make them vex. General never afraid if I fi make a nigga bad fly. Me links them bigger, that's why them vex. That make them vex. Ain't nothing to touch it and me clean when me in a that fly. Me G drop it be mad, that's why them vex. That make them vex. General never afraid if I fi make a nigga bad fly. Me links them bigger, that's why them vex.
Without
that make them vex.
With it.
Ain't nothing to touch it and me clean when me in a that fly.
And before we go into the Pro L, let's bring in the Shadow Hills. This should have a preset that I'm looking for. Just as a starting point. Mastering loud. Perfect.
Cheat and me clean when me in a that fly. Me G drop it be mad, that's why them vex. That make them vex.
As I can say, we're not getting no gain reduction. So let's make sure so we have meter gain reduction first. This compressor is so scrunch up, it make no sense. So discrete in dual mono stereo. What are we metering though? Are we metering gain reduction or not? That's all me need to know. Me need to know when I look on the VU meter and I see no gain reduction.
Cheat and me clean when me in a that fly. Me G drop it be mad, that's why them vex. That make them vex. General never afraid if I fi make a nigga bad fly. Me links them bigger, that's why them vex. That make them vex. Ain't nothing to touch it and me clean when me in a that fly. Me G drop it be mad, that's why them vex.
So let's bring up the Pro L. Let's bring in some metering. We need to make sure so they peak out around minus 9 or so. So we're gonna use the waves meter, which is the WLM plus.
Street and me clean when me in a that fly. Me
So right over there is perfect, right? So let's make sure so this stay up on the screen as well as the durometer. Wanna show a peak, wanna show a average. And then with the Pro L2 now, wrong thing, wrong buttons, wrong combination. Let's bring that up. Or is the Pro L2 now for aggressively? No, maybe we talk about 20, release, never. Joking.
Streets and me clean when me in a that fly. Me G drop it be mad, that's why them vex. That make them vex. General never afraid if I fi make a nigga bad fly. Me links them bigger, that's why them vex. That make them vex. Ain't nothing to touch it and me clean when me in a that fly. Me G drop it be mad, that's why them vex.
So from what we can see, minus 14 LUFS perfectly, and we have minus 1 on the volume. So let's tweak the Shadow Hills a bit.
Streets and me clean when me in a that fly. Me G drop it be mad, that's why them vex. That make them vex. General never afraid if I fi make a nigga bad fly. Me links them bigger, that's why them vex. That make them vex. Ain't nothing to touch it and me clean when me in a that fly. Me G drop it be mad, that's why them vex. That make them vex. General never afraid if I fi make a nigga bad fly. Me links them bigger, that's why them vex. That make them vex. Ain't nothing to touch it and me clean when me in a that fly. Me G drop it be mad, that's why them vex. That make them vex. General never afraid if I fi make a nigga bad fly. Me links them bigger, that's why them vex.
So on the dangerous EQ, let's bring this up here without add a little bit at top end.
Streets and me clean one me in a that fly. Me G drop it be my, that's why them vex.
And on the vocal track overall, you can then go add a dB on the vocal, and then on the rhythm, you can take out another half a dB.
Streets and me clean one me in a that fly. Me G drop it be my, that's why them vex.
Which then in turn allows me to go now and add another half a dB.
Streets and me clean one me in a that fly. Me G drop it be my, that's why them vex. That make them vex. General never afraid if I me fi make a nigga bad fly. Me links them bigger, that's why them vex. That make them vex. Ain't nothing to touch. Streets and me clean one me in a that fly. Me G drop it be my, that's why them vex. That make them vex. General never afraid if I me fi make a nigga bad fly. Me links them bigger, that's why them vex. That make them vex. Ain't nothing to touch. Streets and me clean one me in a that fly. Me G drop it be my, that's why them vex. That make them vex. General never afraid if I me fi make a nigga bad fly. Me links them bigger, that's why them vex. That make them vex.
So now if we listen from top.
Roll up in all the streets and me clean one me in a that fly. Me G drop it be my, that's why them vex. That make them vex. General never afraid if I me fi make a nigga bad fly. Me links them bigger, that's why them vex. That make them vex. Ain't nothing to touch. Streets and me clean one me in a that fly. Me G drop it be my, that's why them vex. That make them vex.
Yeah, so what I'm gonna do is increase the output on the delay because I have this automated. So I can't change the volume on the fader. So cool. So we have all of our levels with a -14, with loud, clear, nice, bass, fat, everything good. The only thing left we don't know, I just bounce out the track. So that's what we are gonna do. Control Alt and B. Boom. Make sure so we bounce out the physical output MR8, which represents my speakers, Mackie MR8. We're gonna bounce this at 44.1. MP3 WAV file interleave offline Quaa Dem Vex. We're gonna call this master. Boom. _1. I'll just call this mix 1. Just in case him want to make a change. So just a mix 1. That's it. Bounce. Bounce. Shouldn't take no time, but we still have to pause it, make it complete, and then we forward back. Yep, so it'll finish up, and then we can drag it in a ozone once it's done and take a... Yeah, it's done. So I can drag it in a ozone and take a proper listen to it. Bounce files. So what we actually do is we'll bring it in a FL Studio, and then we can take a real good listen because we can compare my mix to the demo what me get. So that's the demo. This one, I'll use WAV file and I'll use MP3. Cool. As you can see, for them, you know, much more of the rhythm than the vocals, mine a little bit more balanced, right? So can drop a meter and plug in upon it, check out. You know, we can kind of go over and show you certain little intricacies and stuff like that. We're going to use inside for that, right? So let's close off of this. Let's play the track. My track for them track, I mean. So it'll go back and forth. So this is how I get the track.
Turn up your headphone. Yo. Roach. son. Yeah. Roll up in the street and me clean one me in a that fly.
Cool, so that's the intro and a little bit of the chorus. This is my mix.
Roll up in the streets and me clean one me in a that fly. Me G drop it be my that's why them vex. That make them vex. General never afraid if I'm if you make a nigga bad fly. Me links them bigger that's why them vex. That make them vex. Ain't nothing at all you can do to stop a nigga from rise. No man no bigger than Christ. Your girl a road in a slippers and ties. Some music a play got a lick up her eyes. The crack up quicker than rise. And the Kyle them thicker than ties.
Of course, you know, we don't have to go in on detail about, you know.
Eyes, the crack up quicker than rise. The road in a slippers and ties. Some music a play got a lick up her eyes. The crack up quicker than rise. And the Kyle them thicker than ties. Me hot like fritters and fries. And me know what stickers and pride. Roll up in the streets and me clean one me in a that fly. Me G drop it be my that's why them vex. That make them vex.
Yeah, that's what I'm gonna say. I don't have to explain it. You don't hear it, you don't see the whole process. You know what thing. Until next time, it's the boy Itz-Beez-Da TrackStar. Peace.